20-year-old came on birthright after his first year of college. Last year, a year ago, last month, and he said something. He called up his mother halfway through the trip and he said, "Ima," and then he proceeded to say something I think all of you will say. Tell me whether or not you're going to say, "It changed my life." Did it change your life? And his mother said to him, he had been many, many times before. And he said, "What changed your life?" He said, "Seeing what kids my age and younger have done to save the Jewish people that he met." We saw those names at Mount Hudson. Since he went last year, he went back to his college and his fraternity, and he recruited 2 busloads, 80 kids, and he came over as a leader with them just 2 weeks ago. And he went back home just 2 weeks ago. I want to tell you that tonight's slogan, "No one I'd rather be." There is somebody I'd rather be. You. Of course, I wouldn't mind being me again. I wouldn't mind being my wife. But to be here with you on Birthright is something very special. The history of Birthright is that prior to the time Yossi Balin got the idea, transmitted it to Michael Steinhardt and Charles Bronfman, and they went and did whatever they had to do to get it off the ground, leading to where you are today. There were only 2,000 kids between the ages of 18 and 26 that came to Israel. Consider that there's 100,000 Jews born every year throughout the world. Today, there are 600,000 kids from 67 countries, countries as large as the USA and as small as Suriname. 17 kids came from Suriname. If you don't know what that is, I didn't know where it was. I had to look at a map. It's on the northeast part of South America. Suriname. I didn't know there were any Jews there. There are 67 countries in total that have sent people on Birthright like you're here today. And Mary and I got involved in Birthright. I did particularly because we had taken a lot of congressmen and senators from the United States to Israel, and every one of them came back and said, "This trip changed my life." They were not Jewish. Out of 205, there were only maybe 2 or 3 that were Jewish. And they said the magic, what I call the magic 4 words, "It changed my life." My father, may he rest in peace, was an immigrant to the United States in 1912. And he only had a 6th grade education, and he learned that in Lithuania, in the Lithuanian language. All he could do, since he only had a 6th grade education, was drive a car, and he became a taxi driver. When I grew up, we grew up very poor. We grew up very poor. We slept 6 people in 1 bedroom. And all my father's life, he wanted to come to Israel, but he couldn't afford to do so. After Israel was founded in 1948, because he lived through the pogroms in Lithuania, and he always dreamt of there being a state where the Jewish people can call it their homeland, and where they would welcome every Jew in the world and they would be safe. And then when I was in a position to send my father and my mother and father financially, I told them about it, and my father said something I never want any one of you to say. I can't go because I'm too old and too sick. And my dream of that statement that my dad made told me that my wife and I should see that not one Jewish kid that wants to come to the state of Israel and understand what it means to the Jewish people, and to be, as Mary said, an ambassador when you go back and represent this state, your homeland. My heart is in Israel, and Israel is in my heart. And I never want to hear any one of you say, I can't go, and I haven't gone because I'm too old and too sick. So you can't come again if you recruit a busload and you come back as a leader. I don't want to take any more of your time. I want to thank you all for all being here, for all of you being here. And your excitement is just contagious. It's fantastic. I go back home and I tell my friends, I say, you cannot believe there's the energy and the excitement that goes on at Birthright Mega Event. They should call it the mother of all mega events. Thank you for being here, and we want to thank you in advance for representing Israel where you come from. Thank you.